Hey YouTube, DBM Racing here. Hey, I've got a great video for you today. We got our hands on some C8 dry vent blocks that are designed and manufactured to keep water out of your engine bay when you're washing your car. Now, if you own a C8, you have an E-Ray, Z06, Stingray, it doesn't matter as long as it's not the hardtop convertible. You know that anytime it rains or you go to wash your car, everything, water just pours through those vents because they're just wide open into your engine bay. So then when you go to have to do your actual cleanup of the car, when you're done washing your car, you have to open it up and clean the entire engine bay. These things are specifically designed to fit into those little gaps, press in firmly, and keep the vast majority, 99% of the water out. Now, what I'm going to do today, we're going to put these in. We're going to wash the car. It's a nice spring day. It's the first day of the year that we're going to actually be able to get out here with the weather and wash the car. Get it ready for some upcoming events and some upcoming shows that we have here. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you how to use these. I'm going to show you, the process of what to do, what not to do to get the best result possible out of these C8 dry vent blocks. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to mount a GoPro in the engine compartment looking out so that way we can check the footage while we're washing it to see what is actually dripping in there, if anything at all, and we'll go from there. So hang tight, we're getting to it. If you haven't already, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Those subs really help us out to bring you guys more content and to grow this channel. No more delays. Let's get into it today. Okay, as you can see here, it comes with 6 of these C8 dry vent blocks, and they are meant to press into each of these. And then there's a bottom rubber seal that's to go underneath the seal here. I tell you, man, at first impression, holding on to these things, these are really well made. There's a hard type of plastic on the top, and then this nice foam at the bottom. Now, I've talked with the owner, and she states that as they've kind of developed these, they have gotten better as far as their tolerances go. We're going to check that out here, and we're going to get these installed. Really, you just kind of push that in there. That fits really snug. I'm pretty confident this is going to be a pretty good item here. Middle one for that one. All right. There we go. And taking effort to kind of push it in from the sides to make sure it gets down in there nicely. All right. These will only go in one way from side to side. So let's see how that works. That one's not as tight as the other, so we may have an issue there, but we'll repeat on the other side, and then I'll put this onto the bottom there. So I've replicated that over here on the other side and put that in. And this part here, you want to make sure you kind of push it down, and you want to really get it up underneath that side over there and feed it through. And make sure, oh yeah, that's a good fit right there. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to set the GoPro up in the engine bay here, and then we're going to go ahead and get started soon. All right, before we get into washing the car, I want to let you guys know, if you like this product, if you like what you see, go ahead and go to c8drybayventblocks.com. Use the code DBM to get 5% off your order. Also, if you're a veteran, first responder, firefighter, police, I'm representing 10th Mountain Alpha 187 today. Thank you for your service for everybody who served. Type in the code VETERAN and you'll get 10% discount as well. Now that does stack with a 5% discount for using DBM, so you have 15% off your order today. It's a huge savings. Let's get into this wash and see how these blocks work. I do like to use both Meguiar's and Adams Polishes products. I do have the graphene or advanced coating on top of my XPEL PPF. And anytime you have a ceramic coating on your car, you want to use a pH balanced soap so you're not stripping that off. I like Meguiar's Gold Class car wash. I've been using it for several years now on all my cars. Actually, Justin from Horsepower Obsessed recommended it years ago. I saw on a video. Thank you, Justin. Love it for the price. It's hard to beat. You can just walk into any store, Walmart, AutoZone, any of those, and you can get your bottle here, and it's pretty cheap. I do like the Atom stuff, but sometimes the Atom stuff is out of stock. Adams, if you're listening, stock availability sometimes is kind of an issue, but you can't go wrong with the Meguiar's Gold Class. This is what I'm going to use today. I use the 2-bucket method, which I'll explain here in just a second, then we'll get going. So we've got our Meguiar's Gold Class here. I know you guys are impressed with my pouring skills, right? All right. Don't speak too soon. All right, so fill it to about there. I'm going to fill it with some water for the rest of the way. Then we'll get it hooked to the machine and we'll see how it sets up. And I was looking around the house looking for my 5-gallon buckets, and I found this thing. And I will say that this reminds me of the scene in The Water Boy where he sees that putrid water. Don't ever serve that to your players. Don't ever use a bucket like this when you're washing your car, guys. You're just asking for disaster. If there's something like this, go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's, go to Harbor Freight, pick up a $2 5-gallon bucket, pick up 2 of them, you're good to go. But I just got a kick out of that when I found this bucket. Okay, so I am a huge proponent of the 2-bucket system here. One with your soapy water, one with your clean water for rinse water. And I also recommend, doesn't matter what brand, you get some of these dirt catchers, whatever you want to call them, particulate catchers. The idea is that as you get stuff in here, it will fall through these, and then it'll be down the bottom, and it'll keep it from swirling up, and it won't get into your wash mitt when you go to do that. So we're going to do 1 soapy and 1 clean. Our Meguiar's there. And then I'm going to fill this up with water and get it all soapy. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and power wash some of the stuff off the car here. You can see how well that water beads with the previous ceramic coating on it. I do have some stuff that has just fallen from sitting out here today. Let's see how that water beads. All right, I've attached the foamer here, and we're going to see how the foamer works. Okay, so next thing will be the 2-bucket method. Get down into your soapy bucket and get to wiping. You want to work your way down from the top of the car, down obviously. things I always recommend and clean is a soft brush, and then one of these handy dandy things. You can actually get in there and get the barrel of the wheel as well. And I will tell you that these Corvette brakes make a lot of dust. A lot of dust. I've always been a 5-spoke kind of guy on cars. I mean, I know these wheels came out, it's so much easier to clean the wheels. After you've soaped up your wheels, you're going to want to go ahead and get all the soap off, and then we can get you drying the car. Yes, I use a leaf blower to dry my cars. All my cars, I've been doing it for years. I've never had a problem with it. Some people say, oh, it pulls up dust and it blows it through and it'll shit your car. Mine actually has a filter in the back here, this Cobalt one. But this one I use for my yard work, and then I use it to dry my car. So you'll see me dry it with this. Again, I've been doing this for years, never had a problem with it. You can buy whatever you want to do it, but I'm just saying, if you already have one of these, no need to go out and buy something else. Just use your leaf blower. Okay, moment of truth. One of the things I do suggest doing is kind of running a hand under, because there is that lip there that's going to catch some. Well, we did get some water, and there's always the run back over here that's where it's designed to drain. There's actually drain holes here. We did get some water, mostly down here at the bottom part, but wow, what a difference. We'll check the GoPro footage here in a minute and see what it looked like on the inside. All right, moment of truth time here for the back. Wow, look at that. I mean, that is exactly as advertised. I have the tiniest of water spots to clean up here, but literally no water on the grill or in each of the crevices here. These things are freaking awesome. Get yourself a set of these right now. If you have a C8, I don't care if it's a Stingray, a E-Ray, a Z06, this is a must-have. They're cheap. You can get the discount code with DBM. You can get the veterans discount if you're a veteran or first responder. You cannot miss this. The last thing I'll check here will be the piece underneath the rear glass. Wow. I mean, right here underneath it, there's a little bit, but none of it that had gone through into the engine bay itself. I mean, this is fantastic. Look at that. Absolutely no water. Wow. I am impressed. I am glad I bought a set of these. Okay, so I've already kind of wiped and cleaned around the areas where it would normally just kind of accumulate, just because where it seals at. And the sun's kind of drying this a little bit, but you can see that we really, and that's where it drains off the back here into these drains. That's kind of designed there. But as far as the engine bay itself, I have no water spots, no water on the braces, on the manifold. Most of what has gotten through, and as you can see, it is not much at all, right? So I would say, all in all, an extremely successful product as far as keeping the water out of the engine bay. So that way you don't have to clean, because before I'd have to clean the cross members here or the braces here. I'd have to clean the intake manifold. I'd have to clean that whole shelf up there. All of this would be soaked. So I am absolutely pleased that this is all I have to clean up in the engine bay here with the C8 dry bay vents blocks. That is awesome. I mean, kudos to making a great product that does what it says it's supposed to do. It kept 99% of the water out of our engine bay. As you can see, for the most part, we have very little water at all. I'm going to go ahead and get that cleaned up and then finish the detail. Well, YouTube, there you have it. A product that does exactly what it's supposed to do. It kept 99% or more of the water out of our engine bay while we were cleaning it up. The most of the water that I had residual left was from the entrance there, the lip, and then when you lift up the trunk, it kind of just flows in a little bit. But it took me less than 2 minutes to clean that up. It's kind of hard to get that even if you dry it with a blower. It's there. You're going to have some issues with it. But then it kind of drains to the side where it drains by the B pillar where it's designed. I wipe that up. Like I said, less than 2 minutes. These are a fantastic product. If you own a C8 of any variant, I don't care what one you have got to get your set blocks for these cars when you wash them to keep the water out. So go to C8drybayventblocks.com. Put in the code DBM, you get 5% off. Put in the code VETERAN, you get an additional 10% off. They stack, it's a 15% discount. You can't go wrong with this product. I am so thrilled with the results that we got today. Thanks for stopping by. Get yourself a set of dry blocks, and we'll see you next time.